All right, all right. Good evening, people. Of course, it's Lanika Duggins. Tonight, I gotta be honest with everybody. My spirit is very, very disturbed tonight. With a lot of things that's going on in this world, but tonight I'm gonna hit. Matter of fact, it's probably be a few videos I post tonight, but I have to get this one out of the way. I really do. This is a very uncomfortable conversation I'm about to have with black and white people. And with having this conversation, I hope that my hopes is that people can start to understand what's really going on from both sides. And the ones who's really sincerely tired of this foolishness will be the ones who really stand up, and the ones, even the ones that just sitting quiet, the ones that don't, that enjoy seeing, the evils that's going on in this world, and or the ones who just sit back and don't say nothing at all. They just as worse as the ones who actually out here for the evil of any kind. But the topic right now I'm going to touch is racism. Yes, I said racism. Okay. You see, this is what's going on. I am a black person in America. Even if I was somewhere in another country, a black person, black people all over the globe, we tend to get the worst of everything. And with all of that said, we tend to have this stigma, this false narrative about us to justify white police officers, even sometimes our own black police officers, unjustly taking their authority to a whole different level, like the bullying type a level. Now, I understand I'm not for no violence of any kind. I don't like evil or any kind. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, brown. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You can be pink. Listen, if you're not doing right, I don't like evil, because my father who are in heaven hates evil. So by me addressing this letting you know, like, not just because I'm a black person, but also because I'm a black mother, I'm a black sister. I listen, I am a black child. You get what I'm saying? And so I have children, black children. And it's so uneasy lately, these last few years, for black people to even exist, without something going on where they're getting stopped. I myself, like I explained to y'all back in July, I was aggressively stopped by a white officer, two of them. An unmarked uniform was on one side of my vehicle or whatever. So thank God I had, number one, God with me. And then number two, I had my phone and things to record, I'm saying, to, assure. So if anything would have went sideways, I'm saying, people would have known what was going on. But not everybody able to have that accessories where they can take these evil spirited people who are in uniform, modern day KKK, people, what I'm saying? And I'm just going to be straight up blunt tonight. I don't care about nobody's feelings, because I'm mad at white and I'm mad at black. And I'm mad at other races too, because even the Hispanic and the black, the whites and the black, it's like everybody has a towards black, even black on black. It's just sickening. It's getting to my nerve. It's getting on my nerves to the point like I had to get up here and address it after seeing a disturbing video. Now, we know in this white America, if a white person gets stopped, that white person can have all kinds of weapons in that car, ready to kill every cop that's out there trying to apprehend him, so to speak. That cop, that white man or that white woman or the white child, 9 times out of 10, it's going to still be alive to talk about it if they don't take their own life. Police officers, they tend to know how to have restraint when it comes down to their kind, their color. You know what I'm saying? They're raised when it comes to a violent crime. Now check it. I'm not saying that no crime is good. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Bad is bad. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, if you're doing things that's unlawful, um, if you're doing things that's, against the law, then yeah, you deserve to get whatever that you get to a certain degree with that too. So don't take that to the extreme either. But where I'm trying to get at is that all these videos of people, especially the innocent people, when they get stopped by the police officer and get harassed, like they try to provoke them into anger so they can have a reason. I mean, not just with black men. I mean, this is with black women. Like I said, my situation that I had recently, which was back in July, when one aggressively stopped me because I didn't have my so-called seatbelt on properly. Just harassment, it came aggressively. That's a different story for a different day. But when I'm coming there, I'm tired of seeing videos of black kids, black women, and black men, especially the innocent ones that haven't done no crime at all, getting brutally either murdered or brutally injured behind a evil spirited person behind a uniform, who has the legal rights to take anybody out of here with just a word of they was resisting arrest or any kind of foolery. You know what I mean? You come up with things. Y'all already know. We done seen videos where people literally was innocent, doing nothing and compliance, and they still lost their life. You get what I'm saying? But where I'm getting at tonight is that black people, y'all got to wise up. Y'all cannot afford to be going against each other. Like, even by me being here in the South, I noticed in the black people right here, they just as worse as the white people, to be quite honest. They just as worse as the white people. They hate you more because they want to be so accepted and so a part of this white community. And half of these people don't even care nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? But they would be willing to go against their own. Even they'll be really, I mean, even in the families, black families, we so dysfunctional. We'll be willing to go against our own family members. We'll be willing to go against our own kind just to please white people. Now every white person is not like this. And I will honestly say, majority of my life, I had more white people, more loving to me than my own color. And that right there should say something. The hatred we have towards each other. Me personally, I don't hate my color. Even if someone did something wrong to me, I'm not going to hate you. I might be mad at you for a day or two, but I'm not going to have no hate. And I'm going to just forget all about it. And I'm forgetting you, keep it moving. But bad enough, we got all kinds of races going against us. The last thing we need to do is to be against each other. And I'm not saying this is the time to go out to war, let's start a race war. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we need to start learning how to come together in unity to be there to protect each other instead of constantly making it worse for one another. We already have it bad. We already not like here, the majority of us. They might pick a few like that, as they call, and excuse my French, house niggers, that they already know, like, they got them, what I'm saying? But the ones who's not gonna sit there and bow down to any kind of foolishness, and not gonna sit there and just take and believe the hype about their own kind, saying, and be in agreement with unjust killings from police officer. And these are just the police. I'm not even talking about just the white hatred people that's out here committing crimes, the missing truck drivers, the black people just suddenly getting hanged, and all kind of stuff. Like, what is it with black people that white people and other races hate us so much? And what is it about black people that we hate each other? Like, what is really going on out here in this world? Like, I'm so sick of it all. I'm just sick of it all. That's why I don't even really want to be bothered with people, because it's like I told y'all before, God he's working with me on a lot of levels, you know what I'm saying, especially my anger. But today I had no other choice but to get up here. And everybody know I have calmed down over the years. This is not me. When I get up here and I'm in this type of intense type of form, you know, I done had enough. I'm tired of seeing police stomping on black people's children, women, and men head and stuff when they arresting them. This doing all kinds of crazy mess to them. You know, the things they did back in the 30s and, you know, the 20s, 30s, and 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is 2025. Why is this stuff still happening? You know what I'm saying? And why are you black people, why are you allowing it to happen? And even if you're in a workplace and you seeing your brother or your sister, or even if that's not your child, you see someone else's child, that should be like your child too. Why aren't y'all taking up for each other? Why aren't y'all intervening? Even if you don't want to go to war, at least de-escalate stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more things you can do. You don't necessarily got to go on a battlefield when you see evil done to your people, but it is other things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get no further than around the corner. Matter of fact, many of us won't even get around the corner. We're not gonna get nowhere far because of the mindset we still have that was installed into our minds to hate each other. Number one, we already got the world hating us, and now it's like it's becoming more acceptance, even when it's evidence and it's videotape. I mean, like, it's no way of getting around it. Like, playing up wrong, and you see it, and the world accepts it and want to try to justify it in any kind of little way. Y'all are in the way too. Y'all are just as much as the problem too. Me personally, I don't care if it's a white kid. If a police officer, white or black, and I see someone's child or someone's mother or someone's father getting unjustly, that's just who I am. And anybody know me know that's just, I'm always been that type of person. Like, I don't have to know you. I don't care what you are, what background you come from. If I see you being bullied on, I started from school all the way to my adult life, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to intervene the best way I feel that I need to intervene at that point. I'm not going to just sit back and act like I don't see it, or, you know what I'm saying, see somebody getting brutally hurt and just stand there and be okay with that. Me as myself, I would feel less than a person or a human being to know that I had some kind of authority where I could have intervened to either de-escalate it or jump in to help in, or whatever the situation may be that comes to you at that time, or what it came to me at that time. I don't care who you are. But unfortunately, you know, black people, we become cowards. We become scared, you know, or we're afraid, and we talk out against it. We lose money. If you depending on God and you living right, you know, so what if you don't have the big mansions and stuff like that? Like, I'm not going to sell my people out because I want to be in good standings with people that I know that at any given second, they will turn against me with a drop of a dime because of the fact that I am black and they're white, or I'm black and they're whatever kind of race that they are. You know what I'm saying? We always at the bottom of the barrel. Immigrants come over here in America, they get more treated more like first class citizens than we are, and we the citizens, and most our ancestors, not only was they stolen and brought here, but we built this America, and we still get treated like we're nothing. And I'm tired of seeing this go on. I'm tired of seeing black people have a numbness to it. I'm tired of seeing the white people, especially Christian white people. I'm tired of seeing these so-called church people, so-called Bible believing people, Christian people. We got to love our neighbor, love our brother, but you don't speak about this racism. You don't speak about this evil in your churches. That's why I stopped going to churches, because it's like, if the church ain't going to address it to try to bring peace on earth, what's the need for me going inside any body's congregation and knowing that we see what's going on out here in the world? You know what everybody's worrying about? You're worrying about a war when war across countries, a war that we don't even have no business in America being there. We're at war right here on American soil. That's called basically at any given second a civil war. A war, black and white war. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, When is someone going to take the time and say, you know what, even if I lose my job, even if I lose some money, even if I lose some friends, no matter if it's white or black friends, for speaking up against this foolishness, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just straight up, like, evil. I would do whatever I have to do to make sure I know I did my part and be at peace knowing I did my part to go against what everybody else is either afraid to go against and or are comfortable with seeing. And if you're comfortable with seeing it or you're quiet about seeing it, that says a lot about you as a person too. Definitely if you're white, but also if you're black too. I'm just, tonight, this disturbed me. I'm tired of seeing people getting innocent, people getting killed, even if people did a crime, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a petty crime. You know, nobody's life deserves to be taken away from here or someone permanently damaged because a police officer, a white officer ego is up to the roof. You know what I'm saying? Like, your self-esteem should be at least high enough to know, like, if I'm going to protect and serve a person, I'm not going to go out here and use my force because I know I could get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And just take advantage of people, especially children and women. Come on now. What a coward. What man in their right mind would sit there and want to outpower any kind of child or woman? I just can never get with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I try to stay away from, especially these churches, stay away from most groups and things, and that's why I walked away. I walked away from a lot of opportunities because I seen a lot of things behind the scene that I was not in agreement with, and I was like, I don't care if I'm broke as a joke. I'm not going to be partaking in knowing that these people see things that's going on and they don't speak upon it. That lets me know, had it be me, if I was in that situation, they would do me like that. That's how I judge things. That's how I look at things. You know what I'm saying? Even if they like me, but suppose that was me and not the person that's being mistreated, but they don't say anything about it or do anything to try to help the person. That lets me know a lot about who they are as a person. I cut off a lot of people for that. I walked away from a lot of churches from that. I walk away from people. I just don't like to be around people who's comfortable with seeing people getting killed, getting brutally injured, getting brutally this destroyed. Racism all over the place, you know, schools, hospitals, doctors' offices, you know, in high positions and stuff, places, banks, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have these racist people all over the place. It's just no fair for us, so it's no win until Jesus comes. This is why a lot of us always speaking out like Jesus, like, we're ready for God to come. Like, please come. You know what I'm saying? This is why I want people to get their lives in order, because it's going to get way worse. It's going to get way worse. And black people, y'all have to learn how to get yourselves in order. They looking for any little excuse. I mean, a pin drop. You drop a penny on the ground. That's how petty some of these laws and stuff is about to start getting. They're trying to fill these jails up. Number one, they're trying to fill them up. You notice there's more jails being built than there are shelters or there are, you know, affordable housing and stuff. They steady taking funding from things that can really rebuild a community, make people united. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep people divided here in America. They want to have this narrative against black people. They make black people like monsters. How I know? I have been treated like that off and on throughout my life, especially in my later years being here in the South. You know, when they can't control you, they're gonna do anything they can to destroy you. But see, that's why I give all of my enemies to God. But see, when black people are not living in orders, or living under the law of God, you're opening yourself up to a straight up evil encounter, and sometimes those encounters turns out to be where you lose your life. Black people, listen, this is out of love. Stop hating your brothers and sisters, and I'm talking about your real family and your this other black people in this world, not just America, but all over the world. Learn how to find a reason to come together and be there for each other. You know, Learn how to love each other, and it start by loving self. Because when you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to love your brothers and sisters. And then to the white people, that's brothers and sisters in Christ, and we all connected under the same love that God's supposed to have for all of us, and we claim that we're going to live that life. It's time for you all too to step up and start doing what y'all need to do, what you're supposed to been doing. Stop worrying about your money. Stop worrying about if people are going to walk out of the church. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're not doing it for the money. You're not doing it for, for likes either. You're doing it for the kingdom of God, if that's what you're really doing it for. And it shouldn't matter if you address certain issues, especially these sensitive type topics, and you seeing people out here getting mistreated, getting beat up on, getting killed, senseless murders and stuff out here. And you just go to the church every day and you just preach about a love, or you have a little short sermon, and you seeing how your communities are just destroyed. You seeing like all kinds of things that's going on in your community, and you're not reaching out to see what can we do as a body of believers to try to bridge the gap and get this evil from amongst here, or come to a common ground to see what is it, why are there racism, why is people have such a hatred towards a different type of group of people, and start trying to build a community the way a community could be. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right like this, as you all see, especially you racist people, this world is not going to be the same, and we all living on borrowed time. Those same people that you attack, you slaughtered, you try to demoralize, you try to do, or you even allow it and you know about it and you're not doing anything about it. Them 9 times out of 10, when things start really hitting this earth, especially in America, because America's already. We right at the threshold of what we're about to see, a war, a real war. This civil war, racism, kind of crazy mess. This is not the real fight. The real fight is to get us all divided so they could conquer us all. You know what I'm saying? So they're crafting up a great craft. But how sucks would it be to know that them same people that you turn your back on decide they don't want to help you when it's time that you need some help? Because we all going to be needing somebody. This is a time when people need to be trying to come together. Number one, come together in the love of God. And then number two, to see what we can do as fellow believers. This is definitely for the believers, to help each other, especially when the world go ahead. It's already spiraling down. Listen, we're right here. We're right here, right at the trash and stuff. You know what I'm saying? America is about to see some unprecedented things that's going to blow a lot of people's mind, and they're not going to be strong enough to take it because the church is not strong enough to even teach them the right things that they're supposed to be teaching them. Learning about God is more than prosperity. If you don't have love for God's people, you don't have love for God. So how can you say you're a man and woman of God? I don't care what color you are, and you hate people that don't look like you or not on the same status as you. You get what I'm saying? That's not a love of God, because God loves his people, and he wants to save as many of his people, all races. All races, no matter what y'all look at black people in this world, you got to understand black people are very special to God. I'm not trying to say we better than nobody else, because that's why we're being punished, because of our disobedience here on earth. You know what I'm saying? God told us he warned us either about the blessings, he warned us about the curses, and he gave us instruction about the blessing. We were stubborn, stiff-necked people. We chose the hard way. We wanted to do things we wanted to do, and we're still being punished today. But the same way we're being punished, God is watching y'all too. And when it's your time, when it's time for the things to hit this earth, and you start seeing things as it's already unraveling, we're already here. It's just a snap of a finger for everything to get activated. with the foot soldiers that's here. And the majority of them is not going to be the foreign people. The majority of it is going to be your fellow Americans. So, dear white people and dear black people, get yourselves together in order and get it together. Let's start coming together and pray against these evil, that God go ahead and drive these little evil, demonic, possessed people away out of our communities, out of our churches, out of our police forces, out of like positions that's causing people to suffer of any kind, suppressing oppression on people, especially people of color, my kind of color, you know, and that God will put in the right people that he see fit to be able to govern his people. Because what's being governed right now is pure evil. And everybody that came numb to it and blind to it. A blind mouse can see what's really going on out here in this world. And to see where things is heading at. Don't think you're safe because you're white. Don't think you're safe because you're in a different race. Don't even think you're safe because you're black. Listen, God is going to, the seeds you sow, you will reap what you sow. So as I close with this, I pray that y'all can understand the intensity of my biggest upset right now. I can't even lie. I'm very pissed off because I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing the kids in school being mistreated by some of the teachers, you know, because they're black. Even Hispanics come over here and they found some black and brown not even united. You know what I mean? The brown people come over here, look at black people like they like beneath them. And we've been here the whole time. This is where we should actually be running here, this America, because our ancestors built it. Sweat, blood, and tears and loss of life to build this place that we still don't get no recognition of, not even a heads up. The idea is to keep us down at the bottom of the barrel. But guess what? There's a king coming. His name is Jesus Christ. He's coming back to plead for his people. And all of you people, even include all you racist people, white and other nations, and even black racist people, all you peoples out here being racist and doing evil things towards people, your judgment day is right around the corner. You see the lives people, I mean, even he's using their own people to kill their own self. And I don't mean to say this as an insensitive thing. You notice every time an unjust things happen to black people, you notice it's either mass shootings at places, churches and stuff against their own kind. Because guess what? That's a part of their punishment. You reap what you sow. These people are getting back, like the floods, like the tornadoes, the hurricanes, the this and the that. They're hidden areas where people are the most racist. And nobody have a clue or have no kind of common knowledge to understand, to pick two and two together like, wait a minute here. Let's wait a minute here. I think God is speaking to the earth. Even if man got their little hands in it, he allowed that to happen. Look, he allowed King Saul to come in and govern his people. He gave the people what they wanted. He gave them. Every government that's been in here, it hasn't really been for people, especially not black people, because God allowed them to have. He gave them their king. He gave them their president to govern them. He gave them who they was. And when that government or that king oppressed the people, he gave their reflection of who they are as a people. Look, people, I done had it with enough of this racism stuff, this unfairness out here, this all kinds of evil. I'm done with it. My prayers now is not to save the world. My prayers now is save the people of God who's trying to live right and get rid of the wicked. That's my prayers. I have no more sympathy to try to even have halfway hope to think that a lot of these people who's already stuck in their minds, that they're going to want to get it together. They've been racist all their lives. A lot of them have been born into it. They're teaching their kids about it. You can tell the kids at school. These people are the way they treat different children from different backgrounds. You can tell how they do things versus with their own race or a different type of race. But when I see white people that so-called want to be my friend and want to talk to me, or you know what I mean, or to come to me like they're lost, totally lost, and can't see what's really going on, this when I cut them off. Or I have no more desire to be in communication with them, because if it was me on the other end, if my race was targeting their race and killing their kids and killing their women and killing their men, I would be the one right there, right front center on the battleground line, helping, doing what all I can do to end this stuff. You know, that's what real friends do. I won't care if you purple, blue, green, whatever, orange, black, white, whatever. If someone is doing you wrong, the person that I am, I'm going to stand there with you. I'm a loyal person when it comes down to defending people who are defenseless or don't have really much of a say-so. And when I see people who are in authority or in the power to be able to make a difference, to try to make a difference, and they don't, I don't desire to be in communication with them. You know what I mean? People, listen, black people. You got to get yourself together. I tell y'all all the time, stop the sins. Even though some of the people that's been killed and stuff out here and brutally injured was totally innocent people, we're still under a curse. You're going to have to live a righteous life. You're going to have to get it together. You know what I mean? And then you unite with each other, not to just go to take up on a self-defense, but united in Christ, united in God, and do a great cry so God can go ahead and bring whatever he needs to bring on this earth, so he can take the burden off of you. You know what I'm saying? So he can remove your enemies from suppressing you and oppressing you. You know, so until we able to align our life right the way it should be, it's no need for people to try to cry out when things hit their front door. No, this is something we need to go ahead and start doing now, because it's going to get worse and worse and worse out here in this earth. If we don't come together and start crying out, praying to God that he go ahead and give justice where justice is due, we're going to continue to see stories of, this little child got killed by the police because the police felt threatened. A child. But I done seen a video where it was two little white kids, and I love all kids, and it hurted my heart. Two little white kids was having an action standoff with police officer. They did all they could, even if that meant that one of them had to go down. They was going to save these two little boys, and I'm pretty sure y'all done seen the video. And which I'm glad that they didn't kill the kids, because I don't want no kids to die. I don't care what color the kids is, you know what I'm saying, or what their parents is. I don't want no kid to die. But the same way they have restraint when it comes down to their children, their kind, meaning their kids and people that look like them, their children and their women and their men, they could do the same for the opposite races. You get what I'm saying? And we as black people need to start getting smart and start coming together and figuring out a way to go ahead and end this foolishness. Number one, coming out of your sin and your wicked ways, turning to God full-heartedly, and unite and stop being against each other. You don't have to be against white people. You don't have to go against them. You give them to God, but come together in unity to love each other, encourage each other, and build each other up, and stop trying to tear each other down. Then this when we can start seeing from God and hearing from God, because we will be in our proper order. But until we get in our proper order, this is what we're going to continue to see, because as you see, ain't nobody coming to save us. Nobody. We're not even trying to save ourselves. I hope this really resonate with some of y'all, and that people will understand the importance to go ahead and start getting your life in order. Start position yourself, because the darker it get out here, the worse it's going to get. And white people, as I said plenty of times before, when I first began on my other social media platform, they're using y'all right now. But trust me, you're next. You're next, because it's not really a black and white thing. It's those people who is in higher power position, that's, even though they share the same skin color as you, and I'm not going to say no names, but just because they share the same skin color as you, they're not you. They're using you to do their light work. As soon as they get what they accomplished from y'all to y'all. Y'all are next. Same way what they did with the Mexicans and all the other races and stuff. They used them to go against the blacks. And then once they defeated, got what they wanted from them, guess what? They're turning against them too. Look at what the Hispanics going through. It's time to wake up. You're going to need your neighbors at some point. And if they turn their backs on you, it's no need, because like I told y'all, it's going to be times when they start doing martial law, kicking in doors and all the other kind of stuff. No matter, you got tons of guns, you can have grenades, all kinds of stuff. You're not going to be able to overpower a whole troop of foot soldiers or whatever kind of soldiers. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need the grace of God. And if you don't show grace, how is grace going to be applied to your life? If you was out here in agreements with evil and doing people wrong, you're going to get what you sow. Get your lives together, people, before it's too late. Sincerely, Lanika Duggins.